Coming up on Good Morning Texas, we show you how groups work together to escape the Austin Panic Room.
A unique fitness class that anyone can take.
And our first stop at one of Austin's most popular haunted houses.
All this and more coming up on Good Morning Texas.
I'm Marievel Santiago.
And I'm Diego Contreras. Thanks for joining us.
Well, it's midterm season, and finding the ideal place to study for tests can be a hassle. Reporter Khortlyn Cole takes a look around town and shows us some great study spots.
Studying in the library is great, but everyone needs a change of scenery sometimes. We have found some of the best places in town to get some work done. Cafe Medici is a two-story coffee shop located right on the drag next to CVS. You can relax and have one of their coffees or espressos on the first floor, or buckle down and study on the second floor. The master baristas can add a little flair to your lattes to put you in the right mood to work. Check out their menu to see what design they can put on your favorite drink. A not-so-local favorite is Bennu Coffee. Bennu Coffee is a short bus ride away on MLK near the softball field. The lighting and decor give the perfect atmosphere for anyone looking to focus in a calm environment. With extension cords hanging from the ceiling above most tables, you'll never have to search for a corner spot to recharge your devices. Bennu is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, perfect for those all-nighters. For those of you looking to get away from campus, Mozart's Cafe is fantastic. The coffee shop sits on Lake Austin and is perfect if you want a great view to go with your studies. Mozart serves an array of beverages and pastries until its 1 a.m. closing. Both indoor and outdoor seating is available for those who want the view but not the bugs. Now these are only our top 3 favorites, but there are so many more great places all around us. This is Khortlyn Cole. Good Morning Texas.
So I don't know about you, Diego, but I'm a PCL person, so I never thought about studying at Mozart's.
Yeah, Mozart's is a beautiful location. It's one of my favorite places here in Austin, honestly. Great coffee, great staff. You should definitely check it out. You'd like it.
I will do.
The cool weather and the breeze of a new season has students craving for a popular coffee drink. The pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks came back for fall as early as August. The popularity of the drink has caused a spike in demand for pumpkins and for pumpkin-flavored items. According to KPLC-TV, 200 million pumpkin spice lattes have been sold over the last decade. The craze has crossed over from syrups and coffee, pumpkin-flavored Oreos, muffins, and even chips. Your 2 students say fall and pumpkins are a pair.
When I discovered that they had pumpkin spice lattes, I was like, oh hey, great transition over from like baked goods. It can now be in my coffee.
With the whole like pumpkin cookies and like the pumpkin cream cheese muffins, I feel like that's very much a Starbucks influenced thing.
This time of year, all the promotions and stuff at the same time, Starbucks, Bath and Body Works, stuff like that, it would kind of put me in the fall mood. So yeah, I could say I could go out and buy a pumpkin or 2.
I definitely think I'll probably be decorating pumpkins this year and probably be basic and like post a picture carving a pumpkin, drinking a pumpkin spice latte.
Longhorn students just love anything burnt orange, I think. And pumpkins are that same sort of color.
Yeah, and besides, who can go wrong with pumpkin spice? It's perfect occasion for the perfect season, am I right?
I don't think you can go wrong with it ever.
Yeah, definitely. So you're locked in a room with a group of people and you have to find a way out. It seems like a horror movie, but to some, it's a way to bond with friends, teammates, or coworkers. Rachel Robillard shows us how to escape the Austin Panic Room.
You are locked in a room with a few other people. Your group must work together to move around the room, solving puzzles and finding clues that lead to your escape.
So the whole reason we named it the Austin Panic Room is we wanted customers to have a sense of urgency, to have that adrenaline rush when they're here.
Cameras inside the room allow the co-founders to monitor what happens, and when needed, offer hints over walkie-talkies.
What does the postscript of the message tell you to do?
We don't kind of like give it away, but we try to be a little bit cryptic about it so they still have the chance to figure out the clues on their own.
When you arrive here at this mysterious location in East Austin, you are locked into a room for 1 hour. While it might sound strange, they say it is a wonderful team bonding experience.
It's my bachelorette, and my girlfriends decided they wanted to do something to do a little bit of an icebreaker, only because a lot of the people that came are from different groups of friends that I have.
Psychologists say high-stress situations like these help build communication skills and allow teammates to learn more about each other.
People of high need for control might dominate and start to assign tasks and get things started, whereas the people who are more inhibited or like to relinquish control will let others take the lead.
Time's up.
Although the people in the groups are different, Austin Panic Room brings a new meaning to the term bonding. Rachel Robillard, Good Morning, Texas.
So while I like all things weird and scary, I don't think I'd feel very comfortable being stuck in a room.
I think that looks really intense, honestly. It reminds me of that Jodie Foster movie where she's in the room for however long it is.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's like a real life enactment.
I'd probably cry.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, a look at this week's weather forecast.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Good. Welcome back to Good Morning Texas. Now for some news from Rachel.
Thanks, Diego. The number of cases in the Ebola outbreak has now risen to 9,000. Meaning the Ebola death rate has risen to 70%. Last week, the U.S. had its first fatality from the virus in a Dallas hospital. One of the nurses who treated the patient has been diagnosed but claims to be doing well. A second healthcare worker has also been tested positive for Ebola. This person is at the same hospital where Thomas Duncan died. In contrast, health organizations have said that donations to fight the disease are lagging, far behind what's needed for medicine, protective clothing aid for workers, and burials. In an effort to combat this and the deadly virus itself, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg announced that he will be donating $25 million. In Edmond, Oklahoma, a man's Halloween decoration featuring a tombstone with President Obama's name on it has upset a couple of neighbors and are speaking out to the media. The tombstone shows Obama's name and a question mark for his date of birth. It does not indicate a death date. Festivities such as Austin city limits are the reason why Uber drivers have given more than 100,000 rides in the Austin area during the past 2 weeks. The high demand was fueled by the concert goers heading to and from Silker Park. Uber price rises when demand does, a move designed to get more drivers to hit the streets. That so-called surge pricing is one of several concerns some city leaders have raised about the ride-sharing services such as Uber and Lyft, which are currently operating without city approval. Austin Councilman Chris Riley proposed to make the services legal, but the proposal has yet to be approached by the full city council.
Uber is doing and Lyft, I think they're just trying to do their business, and Austin's crazy. There's so many cars, and where do you park? I mean,
such a crowded city.
So small.
It'd be nice to have these sorts of outlets, and hopefully city council and everyone can figure something out. So
yeah, for sure.
Big festivals, we have these things.
Definitely. And what does our weather look like this week, Rachel?
Well, Marievel, you can keep your rain boots and sweaters tucked away since it will continue to remain sunny and throughout the week. Take a look as we can expect highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s for the week. Where was this weather last weekend for ACL and OU? That's fine because it's going to be here on Saturday's game when Longhorn football takes on Iowa State Cyclones. Reaching a high in the upper 80s, the day is expected to be mostly sunny and partly clouded skies. Sunday, however, you can expect more clouds to be rolling in, with temperatures still in the mid-80s throughout the day. Monday, there will be a slight chance of thunderstorms, so you may want to keep that umbrella handy just in case. That's all we have for the news and weather this week. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Rachel. Now don't go anywhere because when we come back, we'll show you a unique and personalized approach to physical fitness.
That's right. Stay tuned for more Good Morning Texas. Welcome back to Good Morning Texas. Austin is known to be one of the fittest cities in the country. People in town are constantly coming up with new ways to keep in shape. Calli Conti reports on one particularly local bar, Pilates and yoga studio.
Dancer's Shape, located on Burnett Road, offers a twist to the traditional bar studios here in Austin. Owner and director Jennifer McCamish gave us a closer insight as to what inspired its opening and what makes it truly unique.
The inspiration behind Dancer's Shape actually started to culminate when I was up in New York City. I was dancing professionally and had a hip injury and had hip surgery, and in the course of my rehabilitation I used all these different forms of techniques, got back into dance, bar, Pilates, yoga, and but I was going to all these different studios in New York City because I was very particular on the instructors. So I thought, it'd be really great to get all of these high-level techniques with excellent instructors and with one roof where you had one class card instead of 10 class cards. So it started up there and ended up several years later, many years, 6 to 7 years later, getting back to Texas and opening it here in Austin, Texas. Well, we have a wide variety of classes, so it's not just a bar technique studio. We have a bar, we have Pilates mat work, we have Pilates equipment, we have some cardio options. We also have yoga, cardio dance, so it's a wide variety. They're very specialized classes. They're uniquely tailored with the techniques that I specialize in and my instructors specialize in. So our technique in general is slightly different from a typical bar studio. We've put a lot of Pilates influence into it, which is my training, my background.
Dip, lift, dip, small little dips here, press when we go 4, 3, now stay low, let's flare those thighs, flare them back, pulse it down, you're strengthening those ankles, thighs, calves, right around the hips, nice guys. Now we're going to take 4 pelvic curls under, we scoop it under, evenly curl the pelvis up towards the ballet bar, keep the left hip pulling forward, hold it, and hinge, little pulse, and pulse, it's up and backwards, nice long diagonal from the shoulder.
We have a wide variety of clients. They range from students at UT all the way up to people in their 70s. We have an interesting and a great restorative class that people have seen great benefits with injuries and hip surgery, knee replacements. But it's not just specific for women. It's definitely, we have a lot of guys coming in here too. We train some of the ex-UT football players that are now playing in the NFL, so it's really great for the athlete as well as the aging adult or the young student who just wants to find muscle tone. So we have student discounts on our drop-in class rates, a class card, a monthly unlimited, and we also offer one on our group equipment classes that we offer.
Pull the rib cage together and 3, 2, switch it out. We go, breathe, exhale, chew. You're going to turn around into your second position, start to pulse and down. So on the other side, nice and low.
That's the best part of the job is seeing clients change in their bodies physically and then also change mentally. The best reward is when you hear a client that comes in that has a lot of pain in their daily activity from an old injury or maybe a new injury, and we're able to help them feel better. And they're walking without this pain, which is really the best part of the job.
After all the exciting things I just learned about from Jennifer and Emily, I decided to jump in on my own class to see what all the hype was about. So let's go check it out.
The room and pelvis is flat to the mirror. 4 and 3 and 2. Step your feet nice and wide to the corners. Lower and lift. Slide back down the wall. Shoulders stacked on top. Zipping in deep. Spiking up that back heel off the floor. Let's stay low and alternate. And we go right, left. Placing and not swinging. Good. Soft dip, squeeze, hold. Dip, lift, squeeze. Down. Feel the obliques on fire, guys. Support the body. Go 4. Lifting those heels, challenging those.
We also spoke with studio manager and assistant director of training, Carissa Topham, to learn more about her personal experience at the studio.
The sense of community that we have with our clients and the instructors, it's kind of like a family. We're all very close together. We know things going on in our personal lives. We like to share. We like to see each other outside of work. So I've noticed increased core strength, which has helped my dancing tremendously. I've also noticed just increased muscle definition and tone and overall slimming down a little bit.
Oh my gosh, that was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. My muscles are burning. But, I mean, it was so fun. I'm definitely coming back. Yay!
Calli Conti, Good Morning, Texas.
Let's be honest here. Like myself, I'm pretty sure a lot of us are hitting that freshman 15, need a good stretch, need to go out and check that out.
So that's the perfect place to go.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely. No, I agree.
I love how many different places and different options we have here in Austin to get a good workout in, and great people.
Yes, absolutely. So now don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we visit one of the most popular haunted houses in Austin.
Stay tuned for more Good Morning Texas.
Welcome back to Good Morning Texas. Now that it's October, ghosts and goblins are becoming a common sight to see as various haunted houses have made their way into town. Diego and I ventured out to the House of Torment to see if it deserves its title as the scariest haunted house in Austin.
Hey GMTX, this is Marievel, Santiago.
Diego Contreras.
And we're here at the House of Torment where your very own hosts are about to go in. So Diego, what are your first thoughts about going in right now?
I saw a woman walk out crying a little while ago, and our friend right here is kind of scaring me. So I'm a little bit scared, honestly.
Yeah, same here. So we're about to go out. So let's head out, Diego.
Let's do it.
If you're in for a good scare this Halloween season, the House of Torment is the place to be. Located in what used to be Highland Mall, the 20,000 square footage of chills and thrills does not fail to disappoint.
We have 3 separate haunted attractions. The first one is Blackthorn Realms Collide, and that one is like a post-apocalyptic city, and it's got everything from a subway to asylum to sewer to back alley scenes. So it's all that kind of post-apocalyptic kind of zombie feel. The second one is Cursed, the Coven, and it's a witches and pirates theme. So it's a little more adventurous, kind of Indiana Jones vibe. So it's pretty cool. So the third one is Slaughterhouse the Feeding, and that one's more of an old school kind of haunt maze with chainsaws and clowns. So it's kind of more raw. So there's 3 totally different themes and totally different feels. We can get up to several thousand people per night just packing them through. You can see we've got a pretty good line now, and it'll get bigger.
And when it comes to getting scared, age is just a number.
It's awesome. But the girls are scared. Oh my god, I'm freaking scared. She was being mean to the alien. The alien tried to the alien is not funny.
Okay,
He's awesome. That's my favorite. I told the alien I want to touch him, and he didn't let. And he started sticking his tongue out, saying something. He's good at selfies. He's so cool. Yeah, they're really good at selfies. I'm so gonna cry, honestly. They said the girls said they're gonna pee their pants. Like if we're gonna be in there for like 3 seconds, I'm gonna start crying.
It's just fun. You don't get to do it that often. And I mean, you're scared, but it's also like the thrill. It's fun. So I'm excited to see them freak out.
I think the best thing about working at the haunted house is standing at the back door and watching people coming out just laughing and screaming and having a great time.
Yeah, it is insane. We loved it. It's, whew. I gotta do this.
How's your heart rate?
Through the roof.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
Yes.
Marievel, Santiago.
Diego Contreras.
Good Morning Texas. So I've had my very own share of haunted houses, been to a few, never been scared. I've been a big girl, wore my big girl pants, but this one was just a little intense. What do you think?
I was honestly pretty scared. That was one of the most stressful 30 minutes of my life, I think. It was crazy.
Yeah.
There's people flying above us on like.
Yeah, there were
harnesses.
people on zip lines flying over us. It was just so crazy, and I could not even explain how scary it was.
And
but
we followed the whole way throughout the haunted house.
yeah, we got breathed on, and just all that crazy stuff. But on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what would you give it?
think I'm gonna go with like a 7.5 here.
A 7.5?
It was really scary, but I think at the end of it, I finally calmed down and was like, they're in costumes, you know.
Yeah, Diego was a little too scared, so, but
That might be true. That might be true.
Yeah, definitely. I'd give it maybe, I don't know, a 9, because that was the scariest one ever. I mean, the zombie guy picked me up, and I almost wanted to cry. I mean, I didn't know what to do.
You seem like you're handling it pretty well, though.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it was great. It was good. It was good. What else did you find that was like really cool about it?
I really like that they have 3 separate attractions. So it wasn't just limited. I know I've been to a couple haunted houses and they just have 1 attraction. So
yeah,
I really like they have options.
It's pretty great.
That's all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in for more Good Morning section. Follow us on Twitter @GoodMorningTX.
And you guys have a marvelous morning.